topic, right? So we just cover one thing actually. One thing only. On our previous class, we just cover one thing, which is because of scarcity. That's why we have to make. So we have to make what? Make what? Make what? Scarcity we have to make. I give you 3 scenarios to do what? To choose. So we have to make choices. That's what we covered. That's all. Right? Very simple concept. This is the entire economics problem regarding scarcity. Today we're going to deep dive into scarcity. Right? And I also told you, second thing, in our previous class, money and time in economics, they are not equals to what? Resources. That's all. They are not equals to resources. Just take note, this is for economics only. Right? For other subjects, they may think that time and money, they are resources. For economics subject, they are not resources. I will tell you why. Right? That's all we covered. Any question on these 2 concepts? No. So obviously, I use money and time in the previous scenario, right, to show you budget. You have to make choices. Time you have to make choices, but they are not resources, right? It's just to make you think about that. Okay. Today we're going to deep dive into the real PowerPoint slides. These PowerPoint slides already show you how to download. Anyone still don't know how to download? Do I need to show you one more time? Don't you? Oh, you know? Yes. Don't know. Yeah, you must. Were you there? Previous class? Never pay attention, right? I show you one more time. I stop sharing for office. Because I need to log in my details. Just in case. Other than you all don't know how to download PowerPoint slides, anything you want me to share? Anything related to the subject? Anyone want to drop this subject? Not yet. Don't worry. Still have time. Right, you still have time. Hey, today my internet is quite slow. Wait. What can I open? Keep going. So I will show you one more time how to download the PowerPoint slides, since this is the second class only. Right. One more time, take note. So if you go to the courses, right? If you choose the house version, you will see the August picture. If you choose the list option, then it will just be 231208 equals 01. Okay, depends on what option you choose for your course site. And go to content. If you go to content page, enter student preview, you will see the topic 1, introduction to microeconomics. Right, introduction to microeconomics, and move on to the TS 1.1. TS 1.1, you'll see that a link is here. Right, the link is here. Click on this link, then you will be able to download. All my topics will have some YouTube videos that you can study on, right? In order to grasp the concept better. That's all. This is the main thing. Right? Let's start. So basically, we talk about, oh, by the way, for those who are late, let me introduce myself again. It's me, Nadens. Right? Oh, using my shit also. Right? Economics lecturer. Well, you can contact me anytime using your email, using my email, nadenl@sunway.edu. And for Teams, I'll be available at iMail. Okay? Because one lecture will have 2 emails. So make sure you email my iMail and Teams. Email my email and Teams my iMail. Does it make sense to all of you? email my email and Teams my email, because I don't check my email. If you know what I mean. I don't check my email. I check my email Teams, but I check my Sunway email. Okay, make sense, huh? Because this account, email account, is just for Teams only. We don't use that as our formal email. Anyway, that's just never mind. You will know later on. Anyway, so our objective for today, we will just be covering distinguish between micro and macro, and the economic system is basically the last part of the chapter. So we'll read first, and the rest basic concepts. This is what we covered today. Concepts of economics, which is scarcity, right? And maybe if time allows, we will also talk about the model, production possibility frontier. So basically, what is economics? Right, I asked you to go and do some research on the definition of economic system for you. Or you. Do you do almost? How come? It's only the first question.
No, I thought it's the first like few days I did this.
Wow, so fast. You know what to do really? Oh, that's easy for you. Cool. But I said exercise. Anyway, right. So what's economics? Definitions, right? So I saw most of you copy this definition. Economics is the human science that studies how individual business, government, and the entire society works, right? Just to allocate scarce resources. Most of you are correct. But let me just give you a quick framework on how to write definition, right? So sometimes I do have to share with you some English. In order to write definition, it always starts with a, and, or the something, right? A or and, subject or object. Then you explain means what, right? For example, let me give you let me ask you a question. You tell me what's the definition, right? Let us use your mother as an example, right? How do you define your mother using this framework? Yihong, how do you define your mother? Mother is or and something. This is not only applicable for economics, it's applicable to all subjects, right? So the definition always follow this framework. If you don't know how to define, just think that what is that? What is that? It's or and something. You don't even see. You see that? This is for my recording purpose. This is my mic. Okay. Mother, your mother is a what?
Object.
Huh? Mother is an object. No. What I mean is the subject object, you have to give them the title. It's a what? Like pen is a stationery, something like that. Then you continue explaining what is a pen. So mother is a
Female.
mother is a female. Then female what? Female? Human, animal, plant, human, female human. Okay. Then that. Then you have to add that, right? That explains what? Right. That is what? That's what? That. Oh my God. I don't know. You are not really clear about your mother. You don't understand your mother, right? Right. That. Give me something. That. Huh? Don't know. That. Give birth to at least one child, for example. Right. This is the example of definition. Okay, that give birth to at least one child. Right? It can be many stuff. Right? Like what I say, it can be a or and something. Why? Because if I say mother, for example, just like I said, is a, normally we don't use the male or female, we will say a human, right? This is the This is the object or subject, right? That give birth, just like I say what? Give birth to at least one child. This is mother for you, right? It may be different from others, right? I can say mother is an animal. That's why I say it can be or an. Everyone will define mother differently. Everyone will define economics differently. If you search Google or ChatGPT, there are like 10,000 of the definition for economics as well. So just use your definition. Just use what you think is correct, right? Makes sense. This is how you define, right? It's an animal, same thing, right? That has a baby, whatever. Every time it's different. Make sense, right? How many of you want to know what your senior told me? Do you want to know what your senior told me? What is their mother? Your senior told me mother. My mother, very specific. He's very specific. Is a tiger. Whoa! When I saw this, I said, "Oh, don't need to explain further. I really understand." Right? So the or and something is very important. Right? When you say your mother is a tiger, anyone? Mother is a tiger? Don't dare to admit also. Okay. So when you say it's or and something, I straight away understand. This is the or and something. This is very important. Right? Same for economics, right? Another by the way, another of your senior, right? Mother is a puppet master. Whoa! I straight away understand as well. Right? I can imagine his life is like Pinocchio. You know what's Pinocchio? Every day got control or string attached, right? Or like the what? Like the Sasori in Naruto, right? Every day control the puppet, right? So basically, this is very important. Same for economics. Let me just give you some definition of economics since I already asked you to do that question, right? So economics, it's not necessary you follow my PowerPoint. So economics can be defined as right? Just now you write what? What you write? Social science, human science. What you write in my PowerPoint? Human science is the human science. This can be a human science, right? I can also write economics is a social science, right? I saw some of you write economics is a discipline. So everyone can write differently, but you will all lead to same or correct answer. Make sense? Discipline, you can say economics is a subject. You can say economics is a human study, right? Or N, if you want to use N. Economics can be defined as an analysis. So it's up to you. How you want to define is up to you, right? My main thing is to see whether whatever you write after that is correct or not. That's what? A human science that do what? They study the decision making, for example. That study decision making on how to allocate your resources efficiently. It's a social science. I can even use like this analysis, right? I can use it. Social science that analyzes, right? Something. Analyze what? How to allocate resources efficiently, right? A discipline, right? That do it. Up to you. Okay, whatever. Just make sure it's original. How to make it original? Actually, it's just like your primary school when you learn how to build sentence, right? Normally, you just remember the keyword. The keyword is what? The keyword is efficiently or choices. These few words only. making choices as to how to allocate our resources efficiently or how to efficient use of resources, blah, 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 blah. It's up to you, right? This is up to you. This is how you write definition. Any question on how to write definitions? Right? So you don't need to memorize. In economics, I don't encourage you to memorize because there are too many things. Right? I will prefer you to remember. That's why I also highlight a few keywords for you. Right? I highlight a few keywords for you. You just need to plug in the. Normally in my slides, right, the red word is the keyword. You need to remember the keywords, then you build your own sentence, then it will be original. Right? Make sense? Right? You can change all this as well. Like what I say, individual business government, there are different sectors, right? Of scarce resources, you can use inputs, you can use raw materials to replace. All these are interchangeable as well. Okay? Make sense? Make sense? So this is the definition. Any questions? Although I don't like to use the word any questions because no one will ask me questions. So but as a lecturer, I still agree with myself. Right. Normally I will ask, does it make sense more? Don't make sense, you will just need to. You don't really need to speak. Right? If I ask any questions, no one will ask me questions. Right? Okay. Or sometimes I will ask, do I make you understand? I never ask, do you understand? Do you know why? I never ask, do you understand? I ask, do I make you understand? Do you know why? You understand? Because if I ask you, do you understand? And you don't understand, it is your fault. But if I ask you, do I make you understand? You don't understand, it's my fault. It's always my fault. It's never customer's fault. Right? Make sense? Customer is right. Different lectures. Okay? So don't worry. It will not be your fault if you don't understand. It's my fault. Okay. So tell me if you don't understand, right? It's because my teaching is not good. That's all. Right? Okay. So there are two categories of economics. This time we are going to discover macro. Next time, maybe, if you were to take the challenge, you will be taking macro as well, right? Micro, not micro. Macro, not macro. Okay? Make sure the pronunciation is right at least. Right? Micro, macro. Macro be Mac. Not macro. Okay? MacBook, not MacBook. Okay? Okay, so microeconomics is an analysis that do what? We deal with human behavior. You see, both also. I use the same definition. Only the second part, the explanation part, is different. One is small units, one is. That's the difference. Right? Small units like what? Small units like what? Don't know? Right? Actually, micro and macro concept, right? They are not economics concept. They are science concepts. Right? For example, last long time ago, if you learn science before, you know that inside the water, right? There's what is it called inside the water? Particles, molecules, atoms. You know what I mean? These are micro. It's in science, in physics, right? Oh, sorry, you cannot understand, is it? Too messy. Water, for example, right? There are something that you need to analyze it in a small unit. This is micro. What is macro? Macros are just like sun, solar system, then the round like that. This is the macro. So every subject will have micro and macro. Same for econs. Because econs we also following partially science, so we also have micro and macro. Make sense? Right? So small units, this is what we're going to cover in this semester. We just study human behavior in terms of one unit, like you. Like what, Benjamin? Hey, what's your name, right? Joshua. Like Joshua, why are you late? We only study 1%. Right? We don't study Joshua and what? White tie. White tie and Sharon. Is it? Wait, what was and who? We don't study Salim, right? together. We don't study the three of them together, right? That one is macro. We study one by one, micro. Make sense? Make sense? Okay, and it will lead us to the concept of scarcity. Please write down the definition of scarcity. Scarcity is defined as limited resources to fulfill unlimited wants. Limited resources to fulfill unlimited wants, right? But I also told you just now, or previous class, time and money are not resources. Then what are the limited resources? We were going to discover and unlimited wants, right? Everyone will have unlimited wants. Everyone unlimited wants, right? Okay, these are the some of the ones that some people may want. Some of the ones that some people want. Makes sense, right? Maybe some people want the luxury house, right? Some people want luxury yacht. Some people want this and that. That's why just now I play what? What song? What song did I play? Huh? Just now you say you don't know what song? Then what song I played? How to know? What is inside the song? What is inside the song? What things are inside the song? Expensive luxury products. What? Gucci, Prada, all this. Or do I need to pay? Do I need to before you know what is inside? Don't need, right? You know, right? You know the song, right? You're late, of course you don't know anything. Okay. Should I go to TikTok? Okay, let's play. Let's do a TikTok. Ayo, I don't have TikTok account. Anyone? Maybe IG easier. IG Reels. Don't know go or not. Make you look. Let's see go or not. Let's see. No, this is a music video. Law. Something like that. And this is just dancing. Will they change? Oh, no, cannot. This one. Later, you all will scold me. Hey, anyone have the TikTok? Never mind, I don't want to show it. Give her already. But anyway, that is all the luxurious item. This is the unlimited ones, right? Unlimited ones. Yeah, I scared later I show you something because some of you now 18 very scared, right? Okay. Unlimited ones are also depends on age, right? Different age will give you will have different ones. For example, when you are very young, you want toys, right? When you are now teenager, like now, you want the fashion outfit lah, you want the what? Nintendo Switch you want a car, right? When you're a parent, right? When you're a parent, what you want? You want new windows, you want easy meals, you want home storage, you want a bigger bag, you want a house, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is what you want. Why? Because you're getting older. So your wants is not only unlimited, but as you age, as you become more mature, you have more skills and experience, your wants will also change. Because of that, is unable to fulfill all your unlimited wants. It's unable for government to fulfill all the unlimited wants. Everyone wants different things, right? Today you want when you want to come out, you don't know which shirt to choose from. Because you want the color, this one color, you want to this one match with that one. I don't know why you're late because you choose the transportation. Choose what? KTM. LRT. Choose the wrong public transport. All these unlimited ones. I want to choose this in the end, make the wrong choice, for example. Right? All these are unlimited ones. Right? That's why we have this scarcity problem. This is quite a famous picture, right? You all know, right? You all saw this picture somehow. You all saw this picture before? See this picture? Yeah. This is showing the kid without any food, right? because of unlimited wants and we don't have enough resources to fulfill their wants, this leads us to the concept of scarcity. So the entire microeconomics is revolved around this one problem with scarcity, right? We want to make sure government know how to use their resources efficiently to try to satisfy as many people as possible. That's the concept of scarcity. Does it make sense? Make sense? Make sense, huh? And now we will dig down into resources, right? Resources, there are 4 types of resources, include land resource, right? Like I say, money and time, they are not resource. Then what are the resources, right? Actually, you don't need. Actually, you all don't need to know. You all cannot see, is it? Too dark, too bright, is it? Okay, never mind. Then you are not in, right? So land resource, land doesn't mean it's land. Doesn't mean the thing that you step on. Land means all the natural resources. Does it make sense? Land means all the natural resources. We just use land to represent everything, right? It includes what? As long as it's God-made, not man-made, right? Like what you can see here, what resources you can see from this picture? What you can see? Trees. What else? That's all you can see. Trees. What else? Huh? Light. You can see light. Oh, your life is quite gloomy, quite dark. What else? What about here? The grass, the land. What else? The roots. What else? Leaves. What else? What is inside the forest? What else? Air. My God, you all cannot see air. Right? Okay, all these are natural resources. Make sense? Make sense? Right? However, some are subject to scarcity, some are not subject to scarcity. Sunlight and air, for example, they are not subjected to scarcity. Okay, you can breathe whatever you like. Okay, make sense? Make sense? Ocean initially is not subjected to scarcity. But after the Japanese government put the thing inside, I'm not sure whether next time you will have mutate fish or not. Fish. You know what I envision, ladies and gentlemen? You only need to start to prepare to how to kill zombies already. Because once you accidentally eat a Japanese fish, maybe you will become zombie. Right? Hopefully it will not come true. You all need to start to train train to Busan. Okay? Okay. Anyway, there's the resources. Fish is also why I mentioned fish. Fish is also natural resources. Make sense? Right? Okay. For land, right? We need to pay them something in order to buy. Other than fish, now we have minerals, forest gas, and water. Right? We pay rent. This is the price for land. Right? Price for land is rent. We need to rent. Second type is you and me, not you but me. Right? Why? Because you all haven't contributed to the society yet. Right? So labor refers to 2 types of labor. One is skilled labor, one is unskilled labor. Unskilled labor is those who do repetitive stuff. Right? Like cleaning the roads, cleaning the toilets, like maid. Everyone can do. That one is repetitive stuff. That one is unskilled labor. Skilled labor is those who require some professional knowledge, skills, engineers, doctors, right, lawyers, lecturers, whatever you feel fit. Right? You are here to transition from unskilled labor to skilled labor. Make sense? Yeah. It's quite sad but true. And for labor, we have to pay them something like that. We pay them wages for labor. Okay. Third one is capital. Capital definition is a little bit different. Please write out the definition for capital. Capital goods can be defined as any man-made, first of all, you must fulfill man-made goods or services that can produce other goods and services, right? It's a little bit different from maybe what your high school is teaching, right? Why? Because your high school teachers, if you were to take econs before, they will always say capital goods are machines. How many of you, your teacher said like that? Capital goods are machines, right? Actually, it's not true, not true, right? Not true. Capital goods is more than machines, right? Capital goods can also include things that doesn't need any electricity and batteries. Okay, let me give you an example. I see whether you know what am I drawing or not, right? Done? Are you done? Capital goods can be defined as any man-made goods that can produce other goods and services. Okay. Now write down already. Written down. All of you written down. Very important concept. For example, let me draw you this thing. You know what this? What is this? Shower. You know? Shower? To dig the soil one. Right? Is this a capital good? Ladies and gentlemen, is this a capital good? No one to answer? If no one to answer, normally I will appoint. Don't worry. Someone have to answer anyway. Sinru? Is this a capital good? Yes. Why this is a capital good? Why? Why? Economics, you cannot answer. Because first of all, keyword, it is man-made. Second, it can produce other goods and services. Makes sense. This shower tool requires any battery or electricity or not? No, but it is a capital good. So don't always think that it is a machine or a factory. Makes sense. Because it can be a tool, it can be an equipment as well. Let me give you another example. Right? What is this? What is this? You all don't understand my drawing, eh? Understand, right? What is this? Fishing net, right? Whew. Lucky. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't understand my drawing, it's very, very normal because I always believe one thing. My drawing is just for entertainment purpose. It's not for education purpose, right? So, fishing net. Fishing net is a capital good or not? It's a capital good. Why? Man-made, produce other goods and services. Make sense? It requires batteries or not? Electricity? No, but it's still a capital good. Let me give you the last example. Last example is this one. What is this? Fuel. Is this a capital good? Is this a capital good? Let me ask one person first. Singy? Singy, is this a capital good? Not a very good answer. It depends, right? Actually, this is not a capital good. Why? Because the field is just what? Grass, then we cut it off. Then we draw some lines. Actually, this is a land resource. I'm not talking about the net. I'm not talking about this. I'm just talking about the field itself. This is land resource. However, if I add one word, it will become a capital good. Does that make sense? Artificial field, just like the one in front of the unit. Makes sense or not? So economics students, you must look at the question properly, because one word can change your answer. That's why I say it depends. Make sense? Read your question properly. Right? I know your generation don't read question properly. Normally they will read the first few words, then they start to write. Then they forward the entire sentence. Maybe because of IG, swipe too fast. Right? So you're not very good into reading questions, the whole sentence. You only read few words only. So must read the entire sentence. Right? So basically, they refers to goods that can be used as inputs for other goods and services. Right? Examples, typical examples raised from your high school, maybe factories, machines. But I want to show you the point. It can also be tools, equipments, and others. All right. For resources, for capital, we pay interest. Every resource need to pay one thing. This money we categorize as different terms, interest. Right. Last one is maybe your father and mother. Right. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a special type of labor. That's why it's under another category, right? If your father and mother is doing a business, then they are considered entrepreneur. Repeat after me. Entrepreneur. See whether you can pronounce entrepreneur. Oh, yeah. Don't know what you're talking about, right? Entrepreneur. It's pronounced as entrepreneur, right? What's entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is very special. Why so special? Because the entrepreneur is the one that organizes these three stuff: land, labor, capital together, and produce goods and services. Right? Only entrepreneur can do this. Make sense? Sunway, who developed Sunway? You all know? The boss of Sunway, the founder of Sunway, Jeffrey Cha. Jeffrey Cha is entrepreneur. Why? He used a wasteland, transformed this into Sunway Lagoon. There, right? Land, he hired people. He used a lot of capital goods. He's now going to integrate 5G with Huawei in Sunway. 5G with Huawei company. So this is capital. Make sense? So later on you cannot speed, no, in Sunway next time, right? Few more years we cannot speed already. You know what is 5G or not? 5G is the traffic light also will sense your car, no? So if the traffic turns red, you cannot exceed the red light, no. You cannot go through, no. It will break you. It will stop your car. This is 5G. Very scary stuff. Next time you cannot speed like that. 60 means 60. You cannot go over 80, 90, 120. So this is 5G, right? Okay. That's for the limited resources. So let me just show you the quick sum. Limited resources are these four, right? Land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. See, pronounced wrongly. Entrepreneur. Make sense? These four. These are the four limited resources to fulfill the unlimited ones that you have and I have. Once. Only you don't know. Animals also want to sleep and don't need to hunt. True. Right. I want to sleep 24 hours a day, then someone will put the meat in my mouth, right? Right. So to fulfill these unlimited ones, they need land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur, and all of these are limited, right? Which will bring us to the last class concept. Then what is money? See, money can be put under where? Not under where. Right? Under which category? Macy, what do you think? Who's Macy? Sorry, Macy. Still cannot recognize all your faces. Okay, I will try. I'll try. Not easy to remember so many 400 students in the cons. Right. Let me see. Money. First of all, I say what? Last class, money. Money is, if you look at these 4 categories, right? Where can I put money? Is money under land? Is money under labor? Is money under capital? Why? Why money is not under capital? Any idea? Morgan? Any idea why money is not under capital? Yes, you're right. But they cannot hear you. Can you repeat one more time? Because someone might want to refer to the recording. Talk to the mic.
Maybe because we cannot, with money, we cannot recreate goods or services.
Yep.
It's not the service.
Does it make sense to all of you? Right? Sorry, if I ask you to talk to my mind, I'm not asking you to talk to my hand. No. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. So don't misunderstand me. Because I just need it to be recorded. Right? She is right. Because money only fulfill the first criteria, which is it is a man-made. But money cannot produce other goods and services. Cannot fulfill second criteria. So money is not resources. Of course, obviously, money cannot be placed under entrepreneur as well. Make sense? Second thing, what about time? Time. Nadia. Nadia. Time. Can time be placed under here? Labor. Labor is this one. Labor, it means human resources. Professional, just now I used the word skill labor. Actually, it's the same thing, right? So, okay, can time be placed under land? What do you think? No. Is time a labor? Is time a capital? No. Is time entrepreneur? No. Entrepreneur is a part of labor. It's a special labor. It's also human. Right? Then it's capital. Why time is a capital? What do you think? Wait, someone sent me some message already. I believe maybe it's because of traffic jam for my next class. But anyway, I will check myself later. Yes? It's man-made. First of all, time is man-made. Is time man-made? So it's not. Time is not also, it's also not a capital. No, it's man-made. Time is not. Clock capital good. Time doesn't. Does it make sense? You know the difference between clock and time? Watch is man-made. This is a capital good. But time is what we just created, like from the universe like that. You know? Oh, we need to have this concept, the time concept. That's all, right? Makes sense. Long time ago, when the sun rises, then they go and work, then sunset, they just go and sleep. That's all. They don't need time. Right? So that's why I say time is also not resources. Any questions? That's for the first part. Questions? No? Do I make you understand? So far? Alright. So we just covered very simple stuff. We just covered these 4: limited resources and scarcity. Right? Make sense? Alright. Let's have a break before we go on. Why can't I cannot find a not so sexy one make you look? Okay. I play you another song. You know Jackson Wang or not? Hey, where's my Jackson Wang? Stop recording. Oh, hang already. Aiyo, why hang?